Good morning, America. Welcome back to another video on the Julian channel. Hope you all are doing well. It is currently 6:01 a.m. I've been up since about 5:30. This is the first time I've woken up about this early in I'd say about half a year, 6 months, 8 months. It's been a long time since I've been disciplined and woken up at this time to, just do anything or even just to wake up. I'm very proud of myself. I've been trying to stay more disciplined on making videos, and not only videos on the channel, but on Instagram and TikTok and stuff, because I've been getting a lot of traction with my bike account on Instagram. So I've been trying to, just stay consistent with it, uploading every day, stuff like that. I'm gonna stop yapping, enough about me. I want to improve you. I want to help you improve yourself in any way, shape, or form. And I'm glad you clicked this video. So before I start, I just want to introduce myself real quick. My name is Julian. I help improve young men's lives in 10 ways, and there's a business, fitness, relationships, and more. I also run a self-improvement store on the side where I sell plastics, estrogen-free products, so you don't kill your testosterone, so you can get better testosterone. So, it doesn't kill your infertility and stuff. Where I sell cotton bath towels and iron cast pans and metal water bottles and glass containers and stuff, just stuff like that. Stuff that doesn't contain plastic, estrogenic stuff, which plastic and microplastics and all that stuff has so many bullshit chemicals that reduces your testosterone and infertility and just your overall health, which in turn doesn't make you reach your highest potential that you can. So if you're interested in something like that, link down in the description. Alright, we get straight into the video. You are more comfortable than you think. So you might be like, Julian, what do you mean by this? Yeah, I'm more comfortable than you think. What do you mean? I'm working pretty hard or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I'm here to tell you that you're probably not. You are probably not working as hard as you should be. So you might be asking, so how is that, Julian? How do you know this? So I had a conversation the other day with a really good friend of mine from the gym. I consider him a mentor, and he was telling me, why haven't you done this? Why haven't you said the thing? Why haven't you done the things that you said you were gonna do? And I told him well, I just haven't done it. I just been lazy, whatever. Just being straight up with him. I wasn't making excuses. I was just I've just been lazy. I just don't do it. I'm just busy doing other things, whatever, right? And he told me he's like, well, from what it seems like, your life isn't as bad as you tell me. Because I tell him hey, I deal with my parents. I don't like my job. I don't like school, stuff like that. But the thing is, I'm still in those positions. I'm still in the same positions. And what he brought up to me was you're more comfortable than you think, which is true. As humans, we all have a natural state, a natural order just to be comfortable. It's like a primal thing, God gave us that primal feeling of just laziness. You get what I mean? In turn, that's why a lot of people are lazy nowadays and are complacent, because now there has been more incentive than ever, to not do anything. You got government welfare. You could just live off the government. You don't have to work. You just have Social Security or food stamps or whatever it is. So men don't really have an incentive, a purpose to strive for, to get out of their comfort zone, if you know what I mean. I've realized this. I always tell them hey, I feel this way, whatever. I hate my life. I don't hate it, but oh, I hate, my conditions right now. I wish I was doing something else. I wish I was on my own. I just want to grind. I just want to get rich, whatever, right? And go do my own thing. And he's always hey, well, you're still in the same position that you were a few months ago. Why haven't you changed? And I thought about it. I'm you're right. I am comfortable where I am. I don't like where I am, but I know that I can be comfortable where I am, because I don't have an incentive to actually really grind, if I was starving every single day, I would have an incentive to get something to eat, right? When you're hungry, you're I'm hungry, I need to find food. Doesn't matter where you are, at school, work, home, wherever it is, you go to the kitchen, you find food. Or you're at work, you're hey, take my 15-minute break and go to the store to grab a quick snack, right? You do whatever you do to achieve that goal and to not feel horrible, right? To not be in that position. And the thing is, I always try to convince myself that I am, but I'm actually not. I'm actually comfortable. I'm a lot more comfortable than I think, and that's why I don't progress. Because then I think oh, this whatever, I hate my life. But then I just still continue in the same position, because then I distract myself with stuff, or I gotta continue my duties of I gotta go to work and focus on work and deal with my coworkers and whatever, right? And home stuff as well. To conclude all this, because honestly, this doesn't need to be a 15-20 minute video. You must live outside your comfort zone, especially every day. So I read this in this book. It's called The Way of the Superior Man, which I'm using as a stand right now. And in that book, there's a chapter that says you must live like beyond your comfort zone. So, you know, your comfort zone is the place where you feel comfortable in, right? You know, you don't feel pain, whatever, right? There's always a line, you know, because it's a zone. And in this book, it always says to live just barely out of your comfort zone, like not too much to the point where like really like destroying your body and like destroying yourself and trying to rebuild yourself back up again. Because if you destroy yourself, well, you're not going to have anybody or anything to build yourself back up with, right? That's why you always have to live like a little bit out of your comfort zone. That is exactly why I woke up this early today, because I hate waking up early. I hate it, bro. That's why I'm always late to school, because I just hate waking up early. Like, and I wake up at 7, bro. Like that's not even that early. I wake up at 7 and school starts at 7:30 and I'm still late because I just don't like school and I just hate waking up super early. Like, bro, I fought for half an hour because I was supposed to wake up at 5, like 5 on the dot. I was like, I'm gonna wake up at 5 on the dot. I fought for half an hour, bro, for 30 minutes, for those like 28 minutes, to wake up from that bed, bro. I was like, I just want to stay here. I just want to go to bed. Like, oh, I don't want to wake up. I'll make the videos tomorrow. It doesn't matter. I don't need to go to gym today. Whatever, right? But you need to live outside of your comfort zone just a little bit every single day. Do something that you're not comfortable with. Maybe some sort of public speaking. Maybe instead of, you know, talking to hundreds of people at first, you just talk to like a group of 4. Same thing with the waking up early. You have to do something that sucks every single day. I learned that from David Goggins. Do something that sucks every single day, and you'll see your life improve dramatically, I swear. And I get it. With time, people become complacent and stop. It's a natural order of human nature, but you must push yourself every day. I see this very much in the gym. So a good example is me, how people get complacent with time. So when I started going to the gym about a few years ago, I was like, hey, you know, okay, I'm lifting all this weight. I researched. I was like, okay, hypertrophy, time over retention, progressive overload. That is what it's called, which just means you're going up in weight, you know, with time. So you get stronger and your muscles get bigger and stuff and adapt to that. And I remember, you know, when I first got there, I could like barely curl the 10s, like the 10-pound dumbbells. I could barely curl those 10-pound dumbbells. And then I went up to the 15s. And then I remember, it's like, okay, you know, I got a progressive overload, you know, I gotta go up to the 15s and, you know, whatever, right? And at first it was hard because I wasn't used to it. My muscles weren't as strong to curl the 15s. I was like, okay, I'll just continue doing these and then I'll progressive overload even more. And same thing with other machines as well and other weights, like even with the bros, with the bench, you know, I couldn't bench 95 pounds, which is the bar, and then 25 pounds on each side for a while until I started benching it. And then I remember I went up like 5 pounds and then 10 pounds, and then I kind of stopped there at the 35s, which is 115 pounds. And I remember I was there for a few months because my illusion was like, oh, I'm still gaining muscle, but the thing is I wasn't going up in weight, so my muscles weren't adapting to the bigger weight that I was lifting, right? So that's why you have to not get complacent over time, because over time you're naturally just going to get complacent. Over time you're naturally just going to stop and not go out your comfort zone as much, which is bad, because then you get complacent and then you won't grow as fast, and then you're going to be asking yourself, why haven't I seen growth? Well, I wonder why, bro, because you've been curling the 15s for 3 months now. Like, come on. Exactly. So that's why you always have to push yourself every single day and remind yourself to push yourself, because that's how I am. I'm very forgetful. So like if I'll fucking forget to like, okay, wake up at 5, or I'll forget to, you know, do something hard today, like I don't know, benching 185 or something like that, you know what I mean? So you always must push yourself. But anyways, that's the end of the video. Video's been going on for a little longer than I expected, but it's okay. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you watching. If you watch this far, I really do appreciate it. Like, I'm not joking. Like, it actually means a lot to me that, you know, there's people who watch all the way to the end and actually try to, you know, absorb and understand the information that I'm giving. And you know, I always have more videos on my channel if you ever want to watch more and, you know, gain more knowledge. And if you ever feel like something's wrong, or if you feel like you have any questions or anything, just leave down in the comments. I always respond to all the comments anyways. But anyways, I'll let you go. Stop wasting your time, and remember, go grind, go to sleep, whatever time it is. Whatever you need to do, just do something productive, and always get out your comfort zone.